Tell us your name and about your project. Tell us your name and about your project.
My name is Andrew Crumlin. I was one of the directors of the Solar Eclipse exhibition to observe physical evidence of Albert Einstein's theory of relativity.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
We were looking to see if stars, particularly the Hyades cluster that were adjacent to the sun's limb, had deviated from their typical position relative to each other during the solar eclipse to support Albert Einstein's theory through evidence. Since he proposed that the starlight bends around the sun and other significant masses, our measurements showed that the view of the star's position changes when a mass alters the starlight's path.
Where did the project or experiment occur?
Our experiments took place in Socorro, Brazil, and also an island part of Saitome and Principe.
What other significant events were happening around the world at that time?
At the time, this was right after World War I. In fact, one of the hindrances we faced was that our expedition was postponed because Europe was involved in World War I, and the factories that usually produce telescopes were preoccupied with producing military equipment. Another event that was happening was this occurred right after Albert Einstein proposed the theory of relativity, which prompted our expedition.
Who else was involved in the project?
Sir Arthur Eddington was really the head of the venture since I reported to him. We also retrieved our idea to take measurements during the solar eclipse on May 29, 1919 from Sir Frank Watson Dyson, who was a British royal astronomer.
Why was a total solar eclipse necessary?
The total solar eclipse occurs when the sun would be crossing the Hyades star cluster. Therefore, the starlight must pass through the sun's gravitational field to be visible from the darkness. This gives us excellent data regarding how the stars change position based on the sun's gravitational field.
What was your role in the project?
I led the expedition of retrieving star position measurements in Sobral while Eddington was in Principe.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
Our project showed that Albert Einstein's theory of relativity had evidence. Masses with large gravitational forces cause space-time and light to curve. So since the starlight's positions change, it showed that space and time is relative and can be warped, particularly by gravity. Thank you.